Are you scared to prospect on social media because you don't want to come across as that spammy MLM person? In this week's episode, I'm sharing my best tips for how to build genuine connection on social media so you can prospect authentically without feeling pushy. Hey there, and welcome to The Freedom Factor, episode 4. My name is Jordan Maley, and along with my mom and business partner, Kathy Schneider, we are the Freedom Boss Babes. And we help driven network marketers with the simple strategies to grow your business quickly online without confusion and overwhelm. If you find value in this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up so we know you like it. And if you're new here, be sure to subscribe because we put out great new training and free resources on this channel every single week. I've listed out all the points covered in this video, along with the link to grab my 10 commandments of effortless prospecting for free in the description below. So feel free to check that out at any time. Today, I'm going to show you just how simple growing your business on social media can really be. And I'm going to give you my best tips for how to prospect and build connection so that you can grow your business authentically without feeling like a pushy salesperson. So let's jump in and get started. What if I told you that if you want to build a big business, you're going to face a lot of rejection? How does that make you feel? Does it scare you? Does it inspire you? Does it have you go running for the hills? Or are you like, finally, someone is actually being honest with me? I think one of the biggest misconceptions that people have when they come into network marketing is they think if they say the right script and they develop the right skills or they talk to the right person, that they're never going to face rejection. And so they look at rejection as something to avoid rather than as something to strive for. So Babe Ruth, did you know that when he held the title for the most home runs in baseball, that same year he simultaneously held the title for the most strikeouts? The reality is, if you want to swing for the fences, you're going to have to step up to the plate. And more times than not, you're going to strike out, and that's okay. So as network marketers, we need to stop avoiding rejection and start looking at it as just a stepping stone that we must cross in order to find those yeses that we're looking for. Ray Higdon says that frustration happens when there is a gap between where you are and where you think you should be. And I think a lot of network marketers become frustrated with prospecting because they feel that they should be prospecting on a level where they're not getting rejection, they're not getting non-responses, they're not getting told no, they're not getting ignored, right? And that's simply not true. If you're going to prospect in network marketing, you're going to face rejection and you're going to face a lot of it. And I don't know about you, but it makes me feel better just knowing that, so that I know when I get rejected, when somebody tells me no, when someone ignores my messages, it's not about me. It's not that I'm doing anything wrong. It's simply part of the process. So that's why step number 1 really is tempering your expectations. If you're expecting that prospecting is just going to be this easy breezy thing once you learn the perfect script or the perfect steps or what have you, you're wrong. That's just the reality of it. That's not how prospecting works. So when you know that you can expect rejection, you can expect those ignored messages. You can expect for people, just to not be interested in what you have to offer. Then you understand that those things are not about you, and it's simply part of the process for getting where you want to go. The next thing I want to talk to you about are your intentions. What are your intentions? One of my favorite authors, one of my favorite people to follow in business is Darren Hardy. And a couple years ago, he came out with a book called The Entrepreneur Roller Coaster. And in that book, he shared a really real story that I feel like all of us as entrepreneurs can relate to. So back in the day when Darren was first getting started in his business, he was in real estate. And he was not having any success. He wasn't selling homes. He wasn't making money. And so he made an appointment with one of the top real estate earners in town. And he took his list of prospects and he went and had coffee with this person to kind of pick their brain and say, what am I doing wrong? Which is smart, right? When we aren't getting results that we want, it's always best to go to somebody who is already, experiencing that level of success that we're running for, right? So he goes to have coffee with this guy, and the guy looks down at Darren's list of prospects, and across the top, Darren had written, "My hit list." Kind of scary, right? And the real estate agent looked down, the successful real estate agent looked down at that list, and he said, "What the heck are you doing? Like, how would your prospects feel if they knew you were on your hit list?" So he took that list away from Darren and he marked out the title, and underneath it he wrote, "People I Can Help." Total shift, right? Instant shift. And Darren said that was the one shift that made the biggest difference. That he went from thinking of his prospects as potential sales he could get, people on a hit list, to thinking of families who he could help move into their new home. Retirees who he could help downsize. People who he could help relocate, people who he could help them move into their dream home. That is what he started looking at his job as. Instead of going for the sale, he was going for helping people. And that one simple shift helped him to just skyrocket through the real estate market there in his area back in the day when he was getting started. So why do I share this story with you? Because I feel like so many of us, when we make our list as network marketers, we are making a hit list. And we don't write hit list across the top, right? But that's how we feel, and that feeling comes across when we reach out to our prospects. You feel pushy because you're thinking about what you can get. When can you get the next sale? When can you get the next assignment? How can I get this fence sitter into my business, right? I just got to get the fence sitters in. Got to get the fence sitters in. How many times have you said that or heard that? I hear it all the time. And every time I do, I just cringe because I think, no, you need to help someone change their life today. You need to help someone take that first step to losing weight or feeling beautiful or taking control of their financial situation or starting a business of their dreams, or take that first step towards actually being able to walk away from that job they hate. That is the gift we have to give as network marketers. And when you stop looking at your list as a list of people you can get and start looking at it as a list of people you can give to, everything is going to change. So that's step number 2, which is really take a look and be honest about your intentions. And make sure you're not out to give to people or to get from people, but rather that you're out to give to them instead. The third thing that's going to really help you be more authentic and really connect with people on social media is to become authentically attractive in the way you show up on social media. Okay, so what am I talking about? No spammy posts, no join my team posts. Stop turning your Facebook profile into an infomercial and start leading with attraction and value. When you stop trying to sell people and instead you start trying to give them value, education, entertainment, informing them on something they may want to know more about, inspiring them to do something they may not have done without your help. And you're doing that through your social media posts and through your messages on social media, that is when everything changes. So if you are spamming on your profile, buy this product, join my team, 20% off. For one thing, if you're doing this on Facebook, that's actually against Facebook's policies and procedures to sell and promote on your profile. Did you know that? It is. So what you want to do instead is lead with value. And I'm going to talk more about how to do that in the last step here on this video. But when you are leading with value, when you are being authentically attractive in the way that you show up on social media, both through your posts and through your messages, then when you actually do invite people to take a look at your business, they're instantly going to be way more tuned into what you have to offer because you've been injecting value into their life rather than sell, right? So if you've been being an infomercial, a walking infomercial, and then you go and send someone a message, they're immediately going to think you have an ulterior motive. However, if you're giving value, and then you invite them to take a look at your business, they're going to be so blown away by the value you've been given that they might actually have more of an open mind than they would have otherwise, right? So let your social media profile work for you rather than working against you. And one really great way to do this too, in addition to showing up by giving value in your posts, is get in the habit of reaching out to 3 to 5 people every single day just to say hi. And I'm talking about your current Facebook friends. Go to their profile, look around, make a comment on the weather or their daughter's ballet recital or that vacation they just went on, right? And just say, hey, Mary, how's it going? We haven't talked in a while. What's up? With no intention of selling, no intention of enrolling them into your business, no intention of even talking about your business. And what's going to happen is you're going to start to lose some of that commission breath that you currently have, and you're going to get better at just talking to people and building genuine connection. Because you know when you're reaching out to people with no intention of prospecting them, you are actually building an authentic connection. Reach out to 3 to 5 people every single day with no intention other than simply to find out what they're up to and see what's going on in their life, okay? And the last thing I want to talk about today is become an authentic storyteller. Okay, the reality is facts tell, stories sell. And when you become an expert at telling stories, that's when your business will really start to shift. So I love telling stories when I prospect because to me, that's the most authentic way for me to share my business. People don't care how long our company's been around. They don't care who our CEO is. They don't care how many awards they've won. What they care about is what can this company or product do for them? And the best way to show them that is through stories. So facts tell, stories sell. And by sharing stories, you're going to start enrolling more people into your business and getting more sales without actually doing any selling. It's amazing how this happens. So every single week, I make it a point to share stories on my Facebook profile. And when I'm talking to a prospect, I make it a point to really listen and then share a story with them that they may relate to, that could help them, really take that step to buy the product or really take that step to join the team. I'm leading them through to a decision by sharing stories of others who have felt the same way they're currently feeling and now feel differently and are experiencing life differently because of a decision they made to buy or join. So facts tell, stories sell. And people are never going to buy what you do, but they will always buy why you're doing it. So your own story is super powerful. Not necessarily the story that you have of any results you've created yourself, but the story of why you're doing what you're doing, of where your business is going, and what it can do for them by sharing what the business has done for others. So let's do a quick recap, okay? Number 1, understand that rejection is just part of the game. Instead of trying to avoid rejection, start looking at rejection as a sign that you are going down the right path. Step number 2, do an intention check. Are you working with a hit list or are you working with a list of people who you can help? Step number 3, be authentically attractive. Stop the infomercial, stop the spammy salesy posts, and instead lead with value, entertainment, inspiration, inform people on things they may want to know more about, and get in the habit of reaching out to people with no intention other than simply to say hello. And number 4, become an expert storyteller. Remember that facts tell, but stories sell, and people will always connect with stories more than they will connect with facts. Underneath this video, I've provided a link to my 10 commandments of effortless prospecting. So if you're looking for help with things like, what do I say when somebody tells me no? Or how do I ask for referrals? Or what happens if somebody has an objection? Or how do I actually reach out to someone and build that connection? Like, what do I say to build that connection and be authentic without feeling pushy? Then this resource is really going to help you. So go to the link below, grab my free download, and I can't wait to see what you think about it and see how it helps you get more authentic and build better connection in your online prospecting. Okay, question of the day. What is your biggest prospecting fear? We all know we should be prospecting, right? And yet so often we allow fear to stop us in our tracks. So I want to know, what is it that's holding you back? Join in the conversation in the comments below, and I can't wait to help you break through those fears and start getting better results in your social media prospecting. That's all I've got for today. Can't wait to see you in the next episode of The Freedom Factor.